Hello everyone and welcome to Blue Moon Speedway as we are here for the opening round of this SF19 based league. We're now looking at the first pace car lap of the season. They will be going green soon. I believe next lap will be the first green flag lap of the season as we make a run through the starting lineup for this first race. Of course, qualifying was held yesterday on Friday behind closed doors. P1 we have Yoshi, and P2 we have Fluffy Penguins. P3 is Dave the Stalker, P4 is V Van Gogh, P5 Prime, and P6 Dejeen in that lovely Valvoline 24 liveried car. Our pace car driver for today is S. Waters, and we should be lights out here in a moment on this pace car, as I believe we are now going into turn 3, I believe. This should be a very interesting season. If I had to pick a race favorite for today, it would be Fluffy Penguins 22, as he has shown through qualifying his consistency and his prowess by starting up on that front row. Yoshi is also a very good pick for today. Should be a very interesting race as we see the whole crew get ready for race number 1 on the season. The pace car is in. They will take the green flag, of course, the restart being zone being the well, I guess the yellow and black checkered mark on the floor that starts the mark's finish line. And we are green flag racing here at Blue Moon Speedway as Fluffy Penguins takes the lead on the outside lane. And Yoshi kind of takes a tap to him, sent him into the wall, and they are going down the front stretch. Yoshi down the inside. Fluffy Penguins on the outside. Fluffy Penguins in with the lead. Yoshi will go around the outside into turn 2. And he will make it stick, but he will not take the lead. Stays around the outside, going into turn 3. And, oh, caution! V Van Gogh is around, and that should bring out the caution as we await the safety car here. I believe the cars will go around one more time and meet up with the safety car, or maybe they will slow down. It looks like they are slowing down to let the safety car catch up. So V Van Gogh is around here to start the race, as these drivers definitely aren't up to snuff with this car. They had very limited practice time for this race, of course, other than their own practice time. So V Van Gogh will catch up to the front of the pack, and we will go racing once again here shortly. Alright, looks like the pack is all formed up here for the restart. We have Fluffy Penguins P1, Yoshi P2, Dejeen P3, Prime P4, Van Gogh P5, Dave the Stalker P6 for the start of this race. Or restart, I should say, my bad. And green flag underway. Fluffy Penguins once again on the outside taking the lead. Very similar restart to last time. Yoshi will go around the outside, but Fluffy Penguins cannot make it stick. Now down the inside for Yoshi. And that move will work, so Yoshi takes the lead as Fluffy Penguins now tries around the outside into turn 3, which is, of course, where the caution came out last time. And everyone seems to make it through okay that time, as Fluffy Penguins gets a little squirrely there. But looks like he will be defending himself for second place right now as Prime goes up the inside. Yes! So Prime goes up the inside of Fluffy Penguins now in P3, Prime P2, and Yoshi P1. That's your top 3. As these 3 seem to be pulling away here. Prime looking up the inside now for P1. As Fluffy looks around the outside, it's going to be 3 wide for the lead going into lap 7. Prime sends it down the inside, and he will make it stick, but will he get the lead? It does not look like it, as now he is fighting for P2, as Yoshi holds this lead quite comfortably. Now Fluffy Penguin's down the inside of Yoshi, and will make that move work. This is very much a track of momentum. One mistake could send you to the back of the pack if you cannot correct it fast enough. Yoshi fighting for P2. Looks like he's going to go around the inside. And Prime wants to make it around the outside. Contact between Prime and Yoshi. And going into turn 1, it looks like everything's held together. A little bit of smoke. Prime hits the outside wall, but it seems to be okay for now, as Fluffy Penguin seems to be pulling away right now, as Yoshi and Prime cannot just settle this dispute and pull together to make sure that Fluffy Penguins does not run away with this one. Of course, the caution could bring them all back together, so I guess it really wouldn't matter. The pack is holding together pretty well so far, as we go on board with Dave the Stalker into turn 1. We see Fluffy hit the outside wall there a little bit, as now we see DeJean and Van Gogh. Here's a little halo view for you. Going into turn 2, he seems to be on the fastest lap as there's a crash. Fluffy Penguins is around, and the caution should be out here. As indeed, the caution will be out. And now we see the pace car come out once again, and these cars will line up quite nicely. And welcome back, as we are done with the boring pace laps and we are ready to get back racing once again. The pace car is off. Prime is set to take the start here. As Van Gogh shoots through the gap and takes the lead. What an unexpected start. I think he might have jumped it. Controversy here on lap 11, as I do believe that Van Gogh jumped the start and is shuffled back through the pack. Looks like Yoshi and Fluffy Penguins now battling for the lead once again, as DeJean trying to get into it, as well as Prime waiting for a mistake to happen. DeJean now fighting for third place, as Yoshi and Fluffy Penguins fighting for first. They all come together, and it looks like Fluffy Penguins is in the lead for the meantime, as Prime close second right now, really trying to get every ounce of draft he can from Flying Penguin. As Prime gets loose and goes into the crash, but manages to save it, so we're all okay. Yoshi darts down to the inside, and Prime gets a 0.5 second penalty for going off of the track. A bit questionable in my opinion, and I think unfair. But we do not make the rules here, unfortunately, as Prime will take his penalty. And we will now go on board with Yoshi, trying to fight Fluffy Penguins for the lead of this race, as he's on track for the fastest lap of the race that Van Gogh currently has. Side by side, going down into the final corner. They make contact. Yoshi hits the wall, but they do manage to make it through okay, as we see Dave the Stalker in the mirror. Looks like he's going to send it down the inside. Yoshi steps out of it, and Prime takes third, as it looks like Dave the Stalker goes into the back of Flying Penguins 22. So Yoshi was very smart of him to step out there, as he could have been caught up on that and sent to the back of the pack. Another caution here on lap 14. We'll be right back with you shortly. Alright, the pace car is coming in. Yoshi and Flying... Oh, sorry. Fluffy Penguins are set to take the start here. And green flag is underway as we are on board with Yoshi here. And Prime going through the inside of Yoshi, trying to make it stick. We'll see how that plays out. Prime clears him down the backstretch, going into turn 2, trying to maybe set up a move on Fluffy, going into turn 3, as it does look like he's looking up the inside, and he will make contact with Fluffy Penguins. Yoshi involved, but manages to get through, as it looks like Dave the Stalker, Prime, and Fluffy Penguins are all involved in that incident. The caution will be out once again, as we did not even make it a lap, I don't think, through there. We will be right back shortly. Hello everyone, we are back as we are about to go green here. The pace car is set to come in. As there it goes there, Yoshi and Fluffy will be taking P1 and P3. Van Gogh is P2, Dave the Stalker P4, Prime P5, and DeJean P6. As we are set to be underway here, as Yoshi will take the green flag, and the race is back underway with Van Gogh on the outside. We haven't seen much of him today, other than that one electric restart, which we do believe he did jump. So we'll see if he gets shuffled back here. Yoshi in the lead, Fluffy Penguins down the inside. No. Maybe around the outside. They seem to be fighting over that inside spot going into turn 2. Fluffy believes he can hold that inside. Yoshi's not going to give him very much room here, as they nearly come together. So close between these two excellent drivers. Now down through turn 3, as there is an accident. A 2-car pileup, I believe, between Dave the Stalker and DeJean. That should bring out the caution once again, as these drivers cannot tame this car or this track. It's a very difficult time, especially with limited practice. These guys have just not been able to hold it together so far. Hopefully they can figure it out by the end of this race, as these caution laps are really digging into the amount of time that this race is being broadcasted, obviously. All right, so the pace car is in this lap. Fluffy Penguins on your inside in P1, Yoshi P2, Prime P3, Van Gogh P4, DeJean P5, Dave the Stalker P6. Of course, DeJean and Dave the Stalker were involved in that last incident, as Fluffy will take us green flag racing, as we are now being told they are doing single file restarts for the rest of the race because of the amount of cautions that have been had, as we have a slow car. Van Gogh is slow. He could be having engine issues, and he's out of the race. Van Gogh is out of the race with engine issues after what appears to be a quite competitive race from him. He's been fighting in the upper mid-pack the majority of this race. Yoshi has taken a very comfortable lead. Second is Prime. We go on board with Prime now, trying to catch up to Yoshi, who seems to be having a very comfortable time between DeJean and Fluffy Penguins here. Fluffy Penguins has been fighting quite hard to stay in this lead group, as he's been up front the majority of the day, but keeps on getting wrecked, finding himself in very unfortunate spots as he hits the wall there and gets loose. Seems the single file restarts have worked, as we have made it the majority of this lap without an interference. Prime now going up the inside quite comfortably. Yoshi seems to hand that position to him. Not really want to fight this hard into the race. Lap 22 is about to be underway here as we go down the front stretch. Yoshi down the outside, up the outside. DeJean down the inside here as we go 3 wide into turn 1 for the lead. DeJean will take the lead, and Prime will have to settle for second, but DeJean has a 3-second penalty for overtaking in yellow flags. That is right, there's a yellow flag in turn 1 for the safety car. Not quite sure why that is, but that makes turn 1 pretty much a no overtaking area now, as Dejin is going to have to serve that 3-second penalty, which will cost him large. So Prime is in your hypothetical P1 right now with Yoshi in second, and Penguins is third, of course, after Dejin serves his penalty here. So get used to this top 3 you're going to see here. Prime, Yoshi, and Fluffy Penguins are your top 3. That is your top 3 pack, as of course now you have your bottom 3 as well. Or your bottom 2, excuse me. And your top 3. As these 2 drivers just seem to be in a league of their own, not wanting to give each other an inch, as Fluffy Penguins goes down the inside and Yoshi around the outside, 3 wide once again into turn 1. They have to be careful though with the yellow flags, as Prime gets to be sent into Yoshi, and there's a bunch of commotion. Yoshi with a 3-second penalty for overtaking into turn 1, which is just really confusing. Unfortunate that this is how the race is set up. So now it is just Prime and Fluffy Penguins. Fluffy Penguins down the backstretch, side by side. Banging tires, not wanting to give each other an inch. Yellow flags, they have to be careful who's in front. As they go side by side down the backstretch, colliding out of the corner. Fluffy Penguins will take the lead, and Prime will take second place. Side by side through 2, down into turn 3. Prime will attempt to take the lead and dumps Fluffy Penguins, and that should be a caution, as the entire pack has to come through now and be very careful. That was a very reckless move there by Prime. Does not seem to care much at all that Fluffy Penguins was on the outside there. And now Fluffy will be back at the back of the pack once again. I'm sure he's not too happy at the moment. This is like the 3rd time he's been dumped this race. Anyway, we will be back after this caution. The pace car going into the pits. Prime will be the leader. Of course, Dave the Stalker on the outside with Yoshi in P3, Fluffy Penguins P4, Dejin P5, as we are underway once again. Fluffy immediately getting up to P3. What a nice job that was. Now P2, as Dave the Stalker goes wide around that corner. And now Fluffy immediately back in this race. I mean, that's just the type of driver he is. One of the better oval racers on this grid here, as he has just soared his way back through the pack after his incident with Prime. I'm sure he's not too happy with him at the moment. So now we all go single file until Prime and Yoshi inside and outside of Fluffy. Dejin seemed to have made it 4 wide there for a second, as now Yoshi is flushed out back into P5. We'll see if he can get back up through the field. As now Prime back to P4, fighting Dave the Stalker. Dave the Stalker will get that position from Prime. And now it's Prime and Yoshi at the back of the pack. These two have seemed to be inseparable, whereas Fluffy Penguins has seemed to have been inseparable from the lead. Every time he gets knocked down, he comes right back. Now defending his lead from Dejin, looking up the inside, just barely has a nose cone, but will not be able to carry the speed down the backstretch, as Dave the Stalker is now getting involved. And it looks like Prime might be waiting for a mistake from one of these drivers, as they're getting quite aggressive going into turn 3, which has been a problem area for these drivers. Prime still holding... Okay, sorry. Fluffy still holding on to his lead with Dejin in second place. Looking around the outside as Prime looking at the inside of Dejin. Won't happen, but Dave the Stalker will go around the outside of Prime, and Prime seems to have blocked Yoshi's run there at the exit of 1. DeJean's still looking to make a move to get this lead taken from Fluffy, but just has not been able to find a spot to make it stick. It's been very difficult. As we see, Yoshi has fallen off the pace quite considerably. You must wonder if there's a problem or not. DeJean looking around the outside of Fluffy. And he is still there, making it stick around the outside. Will he get the move done? No, but he should get a run down this back straightaway. Now trying to make a move around the outside. As we see, it's too wide, 2 rows back. As looks like Prime put Dave the Stalker in the wall on accident there, just couldn't hold it down the bottom. DeJean's still looking to make this move done, but Fluffy has done a great job defending his lead. This is what makes him one of the better oval racers there is they just can't seem to find a way around him as he holds that outside great. And DeJean pushing too hard, wrecks it, and that should bring out the caution on lap 32 going on 33. DeJean spins trying to push for that lead a little too hard, and the pace car is out once again. All right, back once again after DeJean spun in turn 3, which seems to be the problem area for these drivers. S. Waters now pulling into the pit as Fluffy Penguins will resume his reign of the lead, as now we see Prime and Yoshi back in P1, P2, and P3. Dave the Stalker running a bit slow here. Is there a problem? He seems quite unaware of his surroundings as Dave the Stalker is still slow. DeJean passed him, and I think he's just now realizing that we are actually going green. Seems to have been some sort of miscommunication between his crew chief, Spotter, and him, as now we look back at the lead. Yoshi down the inside of Prime. Can't make that move work as they come together. Prime around the outside. Seems to have gotten a little loose there. A little bit of a wiggle that allows Yoshi to get around the inside of him. Now Yoshi challenging for the lead. Will go around the outside. Can he get it done? No, he can't get it done. Now down the outside of the back straightaway. Will he be able to get his move into turn 2? My guess, probably not, as Fluffy Penguin has been dominating this race so far. Turn 3, the problem area, of course. Will Yoshi push it too hard going into here? No, he keeps it around the outside, and these three are still fighting as Prime is waiting for a mistake from either Yoshi or Penguins to get up a position, as these two are now side by side going into the yellow flag area. Of course, there's no passing through here. Yoshi makes the move around the inside, going through here. Will he get a penalty? No, he won't. Fluffy Penguins, though, still trying to keep his lead. Going down the inside of the back straightaway will be side by side, 3 wide there as Prime goes way through the high line. But Fluffy Penguins will keep his lead for now. Yoshi determined, though, to not give up, as these two are worthy adversaries. Prime now in second place after Yoshi's move cost him a position. Yoshi trying to take back his second place spot, as Prime really has nowhere to go, but it will not happen. Yoshi seems to be falling back a bit after what I said. This is a momentum-based track, and he has lost his momentum. It's now a 2-man battle for the lead, Prime and Fluffy. Looking to get done the last time these two caught for a lead. There was a crash, and Prime has proven that these two cannot cope together. Prime spins it on the apron. And that will be another caution, as the safety car is out now. We are expecting some pit stops here from the whole pack. We'll see if anyone stays out. No, it does not look like it. So that's our round of pit stops done. We shouldn't be expecting any more pit stops for today, as it should only be a one-stop race, as Yoshi has a 3-second penalty for some reason, I believe for overtaking under yellow flags. Once again, this penalty system is quite interesting, to say the least. We're on board with Fluffy Penguins for this restart, as we see Yoshi in the mirror on this single file restart. And green flag, we are back underway, lap 42 of this fine race. As Fluffy will take us through a lap of this esteemed track. The pace car is still on track. What is this? Nearly gets into the pack, and Fluffy almost spins out, but he's able to save it. That is pure skill right there, folks. I can't figure out why the pace car was on the track. What was he doing? Fluffy regains his lead down the inside, nearly loses it. Yoshi should get a run down the backstretch, and he does. Will he be able to hold it around the inside, or will Fluffy be able to make a move? Looks like Fluffy might be able to make a move around the outside is where he's going to have to do it, as it cannot be done. He nearly loses his car once again and loses a position to Dejin in the process. Dejin makes a move around the inside for the lead. Can he make it stick down the backstretch? No, as Yoshi seems to just have more power down the backstretch after choosing the outside lane for that corner. Once again, he will leave the inside open for Dejin if he wishes to take it. And he will in turn 3. Now down the backstretch, let's see if Yoshi can pull back on this one. Of course, yellow flag area, which means Yoshi cannot pass. So it looks like Dejin's going to have a pretty comfortable time up until the entrance of turn 1, where Yoshi will go around the outside. And will he make it stick? Will he be able to get him back into turn 2 as he darts to the inside of Dejin and takes the lead back? Will Dejin be able to hold it around the outside? No, as it looks like Yoshi is clear. But Dejin could still dart it up the inside, and he will. Goes up the inside and holds it very fine. Wonderful job from Dejin there. Yoshi, though, around the outside once again down the backstretch, as these two cannot get enough of each other. Dejin will hold it. Wonderful job once again, as Fluffy Penguin seems to just be chilling here, watching this very great battle for the lead. Honestly, I think he's waiting for a mistake from these two, as, oh my god, I don't know what that was. Looks like immense lag coming from Fluffy at the moment, as Dejin and Fluffy are colliding. Fluffy now going down the inside, Yoshi giving him a squeeze. Dejin backs out, Fluffy takes the lead, and Yoshi is now down in P3. So a double move down the backstretch. Wonderful job by Fluffy Penguins, really showing his pure skill on that one. Then Dejin around down the inside, Yoshi around the outside of Fluffy Penguins as he's being ganged up on, but it is no good. I believe Dejin had a mistake there, and Yoshi just could not hold it with enough speed around the outside, as Fluffy will take or keep his lead, I should say. Yoshi getting a good slipstream down the back straightaway. Now going around the outside of turn 2. Will he be able to hold it through turn 3 is the real question. The answer is no. Yoshi cannot clear Fluffy Penguins out of turn 3. Will he be able to do something going into turn 1? Does not look like it will happen. It's now Yoshi down the inside going into turn 2. Surely he'll take the lead this time. And he won't. Fluffy Penguin. Oh no, he will! Yoshi, new leader, lap 49. But Fluffy Penguins with the switchback will get it done. Yoshi, another switchback. No good. Now Yoshi will have to attack him through the outside lane. Will it be able to happen? No, I don't think so, as Prime and Dejin both get through Yoshi. How does this happen? Now Prime fighting Fluffy for the lead, as Yoshi looking to pass Dejin, as he just does not have the pace at the current moment in time. As we have a spinner, it's Fluffy. What happened? Yoshi's around. Prime stop on the racetrack. What has happened? We need an instant replay. Alright, going into turn 3, let's see what happened, as it's Prime and Fluffy Penguins again. And it looks like Fluffy just lost it on his own there. Nothing more to say. Then what happened to Yoshi? Yoshi going into turn 3, did he lose it on his own too, or did he get collected? It looks like he just lost it on his own. And Prime seemed to have spun as well there. Was that on the apron? Looks like everyone just spun there. And no, Prime didn't spin, he just went through the grass. Dejin spun though. Everyone spun. Everyone except for Dave the Stalker spun there. Absolute chaos. You think these drivers would be able to hold up better going into turn 3, but they just cannot figure that corner out. Pace car is in. Fluffy Penguins to take the lead. Dave the Stalker, very opportunistic here, trying to really turn around his race, as he's been running at the back all day long. So you see a bit of roughhousing at the back between Yoshi and Prime Usanti. Just these two fighting for now, as they even single file out. But it looks like Prime looking at a little bit of a opening under Dejin. Doesn't stick though, but Yoshi's gonna now take advantage of Prime's look. Doesn't seem to work out though down the straightaway, as Prime once again tries an ambitious move, and Yoshi looks like he's going to take advantage of that. Yes, he will. Back up front, still single file here from these three drivers, as now it looks like Dave the Stalker trying to look up the inside. That won't work. Dejin maybe looking down the inside of Stalker now, as that will work, as Dave is slowly but surely falling through the order here. I don't know how much longer he will fare, with Prime right behind him and Yoshi as well. These two have been great drivers all weekend long, as Prime trying to get back into the top 3, where I'm sure he believes he deserves his spot, although he's caused a lot of accidents today. He's very fast. 3 wide going into turn 2. couldn't make a stick. This is a huge clump of cars right now as Dave the Stalker's in the lead. And now an incident involving DeJean and Fluffy Penguin. I'm sure Fluffy's not going to be happy about that. Another incident for him that I don't believe he has caused. Caution. Lap 54. S. Waters now in the pits as Prime is getting ready to take this green flag once again. Slowly but surely creeping up to the line, and green flag. We are now on lap 56 of 78. This race is slowly closing in on itself, and it's quite scary to see how many cautions we've had. Surely we'll be able to have a good green flag run here for a little while. Fluffy trying to take back his lead that's rightfully his at this point. Dave the Stalker struggling around the outside as it looks like Fluffy spun once again. Will they call a caution for this one? As it seems to be just a single car incident with no one else involved, not even the wall collided. As it looks like we are still going green here, as race control has decided enough is enough. We need to get some green flag laps in. Dave the Stalker still holding that lead, surprisingly, as Prime looking up the inside, and he collides with Dave. Dave saves it, though. Very nice job. That will send him to the back of the pack, though, unfortunately, and it's going to be difficult for him to move on. Dave the Stalker, I believe, hit the wall there and is getting a penalty for passing under yellow flag conditions. Of course, turn one still being that problem area with the yellow flag. DeJean, though, holding it steady around the outside and taking the lead. The only driver who I have not seen really dominate or hold a bunch of laps so far is Dave the Stalker. He's not really been in contention. He's been there, he's just not been in a spot to even take the lead most times, really, as DeJean now takes the lead, or is DeJean still in the lead, I should say. Fluffy Penguin's taking his penalty here. As it seems that things have calmed down just a little bit. Now Prime looking up the inside, tire banging, trying to ask for space. I'm assuming Prime is who has the lead here going through the caution area. I believe it was DeJean. DeJean will keep his lead going down the backstretch. Not the best exit, though, from either of the drivers, as Yoshi looks to capitalize on Prime's bad turn one. Staying quite single file here as Yoshi juts out of line and gets overtaken by Prime. DeJean now under fire by Prime and Yoshi, it looks like, as well, as Yoshi will take a very high line here. DeJean falls back into second place and now might even fall back into third place as... No, he will. DeJean now back from first to third in one lap. Surely he's not too happy about that one. Now looking up the inside of Yoshi. Can he make it stick? No. Prime and Yoshi now chasing themselves down to the inside yellow apron of the track. And you must say these guys are very aggressive. towards each other. A lot of aggressive moves happening, a lot of aggressive defensive moves happening when we've still got plenty of time in this race with nearing 15 to go here in a couple of laps. Dejin and Yoshi scraping the wall there, but they keep it running. That will cost some time to Prime, who has been comfortably in this lead for the majority of this race. Of course, Flying Penguins, I'm sure, is not happy that the yellow flag was not thrown, as Prime and David the Stalker are simply just out of this race at the moment. Lap 64 of 78 now. Coming into turn 1, Dejin looks to be trying to put Prime under fire, but gets ran up into the wall. That should allow Yoshi to maybe get back into this fight. As now the fight seems to be between Dejin. No! They're nowhere near each other. They're just cruising. Prime might have an easy win here. As now the caution is out, it looks like. But what for? I'll try and look back through the replay and I'll let you guys know when I find it. Alright folks, here it is, Dave the Stalker. What has happened here? He's just gone straight into the pit wall and brought out the caution. Nearly colliding with Fluffy Penguins as well. That is quite dangerous. We'll have to see what the league rulers say about this one. Looks like we are going to go green flag this time by. As we are going on to lap 66 of 78. Almost 10 to go here. Nothing too extreme so far, as now we see Dejin attempt to take the lead from Prime, but instead it looks like Fluffy Penguins will be attempting a pass on Dejin. That doesn't seem to work, as he gets really loose and goes under the apron, under that gorgeous yellow line there, and saves it. And wonderful job by him, as the rural fight seems to be between Dejin, Yoshi, Dave the Stalker, and Fluffy Penguins. It's truly a battle for P2, as P1 seems to be running away with this one, which is slightly concerning. Single file still. This must be the quiet before the storm, as we have 10 laps to go here. Lap 68 of 78. Surely these guys will be trying to get moves on here shortly, as Yoshi goes on the inside of Dejin. Will he make it stick? Yes, as Dejin wrecks hard into the wall. Will there be a caution for this crash or not? There will be. Caution is out once again for Dejin, who was hard into the wall. That should make things very interesting going into these last few laps as the field bunches up once again. Prime seemed to be running away with that one slightly, so I'm sure Yoshi will be very happy to see that caution. We'll be right back here shortly. thank you for watching this SF1 League, as we have really been working hard to put this all together. The pace car is in. And lap 69 will slowly but surely turn into lap 70 here as Prime takes the green flag here today. Yoshi quite close on the restart there. Very good restart for him as he's trying to take the lead here from Prime. We haven't seen Fluffy Penguins battling for the lead in quite some time here after that incident he had in turn 3. Yoshi around the outside of Prime. Doesn't look like that move will stick, but maybe it will. He's still outside. Prime darts out to the apron, but they're still together. Yoshi now to the inside. They're chasing each other down the track. As now Dave the Stalker appears to be in second place. Now making a move on Yoshi. As we go on board with Yoshi here, looking at Dave the Stalker, trying to manage both his car and the gap between him and Dave the Stalker, as now he can't even see him. He's in the blind spot. Down the inside of turn 3. Where is he? There he is! Dave the Stalker looks to be losing positions here to both Prime and Fluffy Penguins. And now Dave the Stalker back to the back of the pack, just in front of Dejin. As now Prime wrecks. Will they throw the caution for this? No, they won't. No caution. The race directors have deemed that it is too close to the end of the race in a single car incident does not warrant the caution. So we have another car in the wall. It's Dejin. Will they throw the yellow flag for this one? Yes, they will. 2 cars in the wall is enough. As I do believe they are bringing out the yellow flag. Fluffy Penguin seems to be a little late to that memo. But they're all catching up now, and we will have a restart very shortly for you folks. Only a few short laps to go here from Blue Moon Raceway, as the pace car should be in this time by. We will see who will be able to pull away with this win, as I am expecting a very close restart here from Fluffy Penguins, Yoshi, and Prime. Those 3 are my suspects for the win. I don't see how anyone else could win. These 3 have dominated the entire race. It should come down to these 3 drivers, as Dejin seems to be in the way of Prime though, so I don't know how well Prime will be able to do, as track position seems quite important through this race. We are back underway racing here on lap 74 of 78. As Yoshi darts to the inside, will Fluffy Penguins be able to cover it? Yes, he will. Now Yoshi looking left, looking right again. Will he be able to make the move? Switchback. Yes! Down the inside of the back straightaway. Here we go. 75 of 78. Yoshi backs off. Now darts down the inside of turn 1. Will he be able to make it stick down the backstretch? Yes, he will. Will he be able to complete the pass? No. Dejin now around the outside, as we are nearly 4 wide, it looks like, almost. They are going all over the place. Isn't even a final lap, and everyone's wrecking. Yoshi, Dejin, Fluffy, and Dave the Stalker, all involved in that wreck. Dave the Stalker seems to be the one in the lead, though. And so we will have one more restart to decide it all, as I do believe the race directors have decided that any more restarts would be unnecessary. So we're approaching the green flag now. It'll be lap 77. Dave the Stalker in the lead. We have not seen him compete very much up front for the entire day. So we'll see how he does up front during a restart. Gets a bad jump, it looks like, and Fluffy will immediately take the inside and most likely the lead through this corner. And he will. Fluffy into the lead now. Dave the Stalker trying to get it back. And I just don't think it'll happen as Yoshi making it 3 wide out of the corner. And they're all wrecked. Will there be a caution? No! Fluffy is out of this race. The race favorite is gone. His race is done after that reckless 3 wide move there going to the final lap. These guys want the win so bad they don't really even care who they wreck. Yoshi now in the lead, fighting DeJean and Prime. Prime waiting for a mistake out of these two drivers. As we all know, turn 3 is full of those mistakes. Prime getting a good run now. Will Dart make it 3 wide shortly. And now he's around the outside into the final quarter. Yoshi defending, Prime attacking. Will Prime be able to get it done? No, he won't. Yoshi looks as though down the front stretch he will win this race at Blue Moon Speedway. Thank you all so much for watching. This has been Tenpin Gaming as your broadcaster, and I will catch you on the flip side.